What is going on YouTube? Joe here with Culination Media, and welcome back to another live Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire Wi-Fi battle against a subscriber/follower on Twitter. Today we're going up against Ben in an RU match. We're bringing the same team as last time. I'm going to give you guys an overview in that in just a second, of course, but in case you haven't done so already and you would like to show your support to the channel and the series and all that fun stuff, remember you can do so by clicking that like button right below this video or leaving your thoughts in the comment section down below. Any suggestions for Pokemon you would like to see can go down there. I try to use at least one suggestion, if not more than that, on each team that I build, and the rest I kind of just throw together from newer stuff that I've been breeding and working on, and older stuff that have been around forever. You guys have seen 1,000 times on the channel, because sometimes those oldies, I don't know, they just never get old. Now, let's take a look at the team here. We have physically defensive Dragalge, Toxic Spikes, and Venoshock with Dragon Tail and Protect, holding the Black Sludge, of course. Then we have our specially defensive Gastrodon with Mirror Coat and Scald, Recover, nothing fancy there. Physically defensive Gligar is going to be our Defogger to make sure that we don't have to deal with hazards, because we do have two Pokemon that would be very weak to that, Stealth Rocks, with Ninjask and Houndoom on the team. Speaking of Houndoom, it's going to be a Mega Houndoom variant with Nasty Plots and HP Grass for things like Gastrodon, which I see on my opponent's team here. Then we have Raya, the Linoone, which is going to be a belly drum set with Extreme Speed, Seed Bomb, and Shadow Claw as coverage moves. I did kind of mess up on the breeding on that, unfortunately. It has an odd HP number, so the Citrus Berry doesn't activate when it's supposed to, because it also doesn't have Gluttony. So I kind of screwed that one up, but I'm still using her for now since that's the only Linoone I have. I have to rebreed that, but I'll do that later on. That's completely irrelevant to this battle. And then last but not least, we have Scales, the Choice Banded Ninjask, with U-Turn, Facade, Night Slash, and Aerial Ace. Gotta love that Aerial Ace as the Flying Stab. My opponent's team is very threatening. I see the Torkoal, which is probably going to be the Stealth Rocker and the Rapid Spinner. We have Gastrodon, which is just so bulky, has the reliable recovery. Banette is going to be the Mega, which is scary because it has a ridiculously high attack stat, not to be underestimated, especially with that priority. Prankster on the Whimsicott, although it could be an offensive variant. I've been messing around with that on the channel for a while now. I've noticed some of my subscribers have started to use it as well, which is good. I really want to see some more offensive Whimsicotts, because the subseeding one gets kind of old. That Durant could be troublesome too, so we got to watch out for that. If we let it set up a home clause, we could be in trouble, because Durant is quick. Quick. Alright, so I'm leading off straight away with Harold, the Houndoom here. And I'm going to go straight for a Nasty Plot, I think. I mean, what is Glaceon really going to do, other than HP Ground? Yeah, he's probably just going to withdraw, and he does. So out goes the Glaceon, and in comes the Gastrodon, which I'm completely okay with because I'm carrying the HP Grass. And after the Mega Evolution and the Nasty Plot, I feel like we're going to be in good shape here. Pretty good shape. I mean, if it doesn't take out the Gastrodon, then we might get O-Code by something like Earth Power, or just take a ridiculous amount of damage. I don't really want that. But we're going straight for the HP Grass here. I'm not going to play any games. If we can remove this Gastrodon immediately, that'd be awesome. And the Gastrodon goes down in one hit. I love to see that. Especially if that was completely like specially defensive, then Harold is just power right now. I'll take that because that's part of his defensive core. And anytime you can break that down at the beginning of a match like that, that really tilts things in your favor, so I'm pretty happy about that. And Gastrodon, honestly, it's just a problem. It really is. Such a great typing with reliable recovery. It can give you Scald Burns. You know, just, it's not a good time. So we'll see what he wants to go into now. He's probably not feeling too good that Gastrodon went down in one hit to anything. But now he knows we have HP Grass. He knows pretty much what our entire moveset is, because it's pretty much a given that Houndoom would carry Flamethrower and Dark Pulse, or Fire Blast and Dark Pulse. So, especially for carrying Nasty Plot, there's really no chance that we're going to be mixed. So out comes Fluffball, the Whimsicott. That kind of leads me to believe that this thing is Scarfed. So I kind of want to switch out, because we're still at max health. We haven't taken any hits, and it's unlikely that we're going to have any kind of hazard issues with Stealth Rock, especially as long as Gligar is around. So coming in and setting up again isn't going to be too difficult, because we can set up on that Glaceon. He already switched out, which leads me to believe that he doesn't really have anything to hit me with. So what do I want to go out into here? I guess this thing's going to go for a Moonblast. Unfortunately, I don't have anything to resist that. I do have Alga here, the Dragalge, but I don't know how well we're going to take a hit. I mean, I guess we have to. It's not a resisted hit, though. It's neutral, thanks to our Dragon typing. And he does just go for the Moonblast. I'm starting to think that that's Scarfed, because we would have just one-shotted it otherwise. And he gets a critical hit. We get a little bit back due to the Black Sludge, but that really stinks. I don't even know if we can take another hit. Maybe we can. It would be close. I mean, we can make sure, I guess, with a Protect. But he may switch here. I don't know. Because would you really want to stay in and risk this Dragalge being offensive? And, you know, that would not be good. So he's going to withdraw. I guess he doesn't want to risk it. And he's going to go into Durant. So now we'll get to see what this thing is running. As I did go for the Protect there, so that was a complete waste of time. I mean, I guess I could have gone for the Toxic Spikes, but really the only other move I was thinking about going for was Venoshock, just because it was 4 times super effective. So that wouldn't have mattered anyway. That was a good switch on my opponent's part. Durant is immune to our our Poison Stab. It resists our Dragon Stab, so that makes it even more so a good switch. Let's see here. What do I want to do? Do I really want to leave this thing out? I don't know how useful Dragalge is going to be for us in this battle, to be completely honest. Especially after having to take that critical hit. That really put us in a bad spot. The only unfortunate thing that I'm worried about right now is... one, if this Durant gets up any Hone Claws, that could be a problem. And then, if we let Dragalge go down, then our Gastrodon is going to be in trouble, because that's our special wall, and that Whimsicott can just tear it to shreds with the Giga Drain. He does just go for the Iron Head, and that still takes Alga out despite being physically defensive. Wow, okay, I kind of was not expecting that. He shows off the Life Orb, but that's the power of Hustle Durant. Ridiculously powerful. So we know he's not Choice Banded now. Not Choice Scarf, no Choice Item. He is Life Orbed, so he probably does have Hone Claws. And I'm just going to go for a Flamethrower here. He doesn't have Gastrodon to switch in, so he's probably going to bring in Torkoal. And there's the Torkoal, as expected. I don't think it's going to take it that well, though, because Torkoal's special defense isn't that great. And it does about like 25%, but he also has lefties. I should have went for the Nasty Plot. That would have been the best play. Because I'm pretty sure a +2 Nasty Plot from Mega Houndoom does take out Torkoal. Unless he's invested in his special defense, which he probably isn't. I don't know that a Dark Pulse will take it out from there. I don't know if I want to chance it either, especially because Torkoal could have the Earth Power, but maybe I should just do it anyway. Because he might just go for Stealth Rocks. Predicting a switch. Huh. Kind of want to just... let's Nasty Plot. That's what we're going to do. I'm going to predict a Stealth Rock here. So there's the Nasty Plot. Hopefully this thing doesn't have Earth Power. Hopefully he does go for the Stealth Rocks. Okay. Whew, I was starting to think I just majorly over-predicted there. That would have been terrible. Especially because my opponent still has Whimsicott and Glaceon. Letting Houndoom get destroyed would be a bad thing. But now we're at +2. And this is a great position for us. We can go for Dark Pulse. What does he have to switch in? Nothing, because he's just going to leave Torkoal out here, and he's definitely going down to that. So down he goes, and that means his Rapid Spinner is gone too. Not that that really means anything, because we can't set up Toxic Spikes with Alga gone, so I guess it's a moot point. But I just thought I would point it out, apparently. Out comes the Whimsicott again. He's really trying to bluff hard on that Choice Scarf, but I'm going for it. And, oh, he does. He wasn't bluffing at all. He has the Choice Scarf. Okay, and that does so much damage, and he gets the special attack drop. Wow. Flamethrower is going to take Fluffball out here, thank goodness, because this thing could have just wrecked my team. Did you see how much damage that did? That's outrageous. It's outrageous damage from a Whimsicott to a Mega Houndoom. So out comes Yvonne, the Banette. It's going to pointlessly frisk my item, which is Houndoominite, obviously. And I'm hoping that you don't have Sucker Punch. You have to have some kind of priority. You're obviously not going to Will-O-Wisp with a Houndoom out here. But you can't take a hit either, so you have to go for some type of priority move. The only priority that you would normally carry would be Shadow Sneak and Sucker Punch. Shadow Sneak is stab, but Sucker Punch is still more powerful. So I don't know if he wants to risk it, but I don't really have much of a choice here. I'm just going to Dark Pulse. If he goes for Shadow Sneak, we might live. Possibly. Not sure. There's the Mega Evolution into the beautiful Mega Banette. And we see this Shadow Sneak coming our way. Maybe he doesn't have Sucker Punch. And we're going to take that and live with 12 HP remaining. There's the Dark Pulse. And down goes Yvonne. And that, I think, may have been his last chance to take out Houndoom. I'm not sure. This may be a sweep here. Oh, no. He's got Glaceon with Ice Shard, right? Yep, there's the Glaceon. Probably carrying the Ice Shard, which normally Glaceon is specially oriented, but the Ice Shard is good for picking off weakened opponents, even ones that resist Ice Shard. But we're at like 12 HP, so let's see. Do I want to predict that and go into something? What could I really go into? I would love to go into Nightwing, but I don't want to take an Ice Shard. I can't do anything to Glaceon anyway. I could go into Gastrodon, but if we switch out, we're going to have to get Gligar into Defog, otherwise Harold is dead coming back in. So, you know what? I am going to switch. I'm going to predict an Ice Shard. That's essentially a free switch, even with the Stealth Rock, because we resist Stealth Rock, so that's not going to do much. And we have lefties, too. So, yep, there's the Ice Shard, as expected. And, oh, it is a critical hit. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough, I'll take that. Still didn't do that much damage, so we're okay here. Kind of want to predict an Ice Beam and just go for Mirror Coat, because that might just one-shot this thing. Earth Power and Scald obviously are not, because we're a defensive Pokemon, and this thing could have Assault Vest, for all we know. He is going to go for the Ice Beam, and this might be a KO for us, maybe. And that actually didn't do that much. That might not be a KO. No, blah, 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 I can't talk. Can't even think of the words that I want to say. The Glaceon manages to survive with barely any HP remaining. I'm going to go for a Recover here, just to be on the safe side. He does go for the Ice Beam again, brings us down into the red, but with the Recover and the lefties, we should be gaining some positive HP there. We gain ground instead of losing ground. So that brings us up to about 163 of our HP, and we can finish this thing off with a Scald. I don't want to Mirror Coat again in case he randomly decides to switch here. No, he's just going to go for the Ice Beam again. Maybe he's locked in via a choice item, not really sure. And his last Pokemon is going to be the Durant, I believe. And that was one of the main reasons that I wanted to keep Gligar, or not Gligar. I cannot think of the words that I want to say today. I'm getting names mixed up, and it's not working out. I wanted to keep Houndoom around because we do naturally outspeed Durant, and we can OHKO it. So having this thing set up Hone Claws is not that big of a deal because he's not going to one-shot Gligar. We can Defog, and that will seal the match for us because then we can come in safely with Houndoom, and that'll be that. So he goes for the X-Scissor, and poor Gastrodon does go down there. He takes some Life Orb recoil, and I guess it doesn't really matter what we do at this point, but I'm going to do what I said. We'll go in with Nightwing. He's going to be forced to go for Hone Claws, most likely, because Ironhead's not going to do that much. So first things first, go for the Defog, as he does go for the Hone Claws, as expected. But as soon as we pull off this Defog here, the match is over. And he basically needed to go for an Ironhead and get a crit there, I guess. Unless he has something that can boost his speed, in which case this is not over. But he's going to go for the Ironhead, And that does so much damage. That's not even a critical hit after 1 Hone Claws. That's incredible damage on a Gligar. Really is. There's the EQ. It's the only thing I can do to actually hit this Durant. That did okay damage. And Ironhead is going to finish off Nightwing here, so he didn't really get to do much. He just basically defogged, which is fine. And the Life Orb is going to bring him into a range where EQ would have probably killed him off that turn. But Scales actually outspeeds him too, so we might as well go in with Scales here and let him get the kill. We can go for Aerial Ace, because why not? I wanted Scales to do more, but he didn't ever get into this battle. And by he, I mean she, because it's a female Scales. Anyway, Aerial Ace is going to finish off the Durant, and that is going to be the battle. Kind of a quick one, only about 15-16 minutes. It's a 3-0 though, so it wasn't like it was a stomping or anything. Pretty close match. It was just a little bit more offensive oriented, which there's nothing wrong with that. I like any kind of battle, really. I'm just a battle junkie, I guess. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I think I'm going to do one more battle with this team before we move on. And I have a whole slew of Pokemon that I want to try that I just have newly bred and everything, so that's exciting. If you have any suggestions, of course, leave that in the comment section below. But that's it for this time. So if you enjoyed, please leave a like, and I will see you all next time. And until then, game on.